The views that are expressed on What's on Edigga's Mind are that of the show's host and does not necessarily reflect the views of BS3 TV Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
That is right, good people. You know what time it is. You know who I am. That's right. That's right. I am the man that you all know and love, Edigga, host of What's on Edigga's Mind, right here on BS3 TV. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me. And I appreciate you for tuning in. For those who do not know how to tune in, do not know how to get to this great station, it's real easy, and there's three ways you could get there. Make sure you go to Facebook at BS3 TV Network, go to YouTube, BS3 TV Network, and if you are blessed to have a real cool device, you could go and download the free, yes, I said free app of BS3 Network TV Network at BS3 TV Network. Download that app to watch all the great content, whether it's live, pre-recorded, shows that you missed or haven't even seen. That's right. Make sure you support this great station. And of course, and speaking of support, I want to shout out my brothers. Of course, the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, which can be seen every Sunday at 2:30 Central Standard Time, 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, right here on BS3 TV. And I'm talking about the host, the man, the guru himself, my man Terry, my brother Quinn. Of course, I'm talking about Kev the Great and myself. We chop it up just about any and everything within reason, of course. That's right. Hey, great show today because I'm going to be talking about, and what's been heavy on my mind as of late is the barbershop. Yes, the barbershop. The barbershop experience. Guys, we all know. Some of us get our hair cut, some of us don't. We like that scruggly, ruggly, rough type beard and dreads and all the hair on your face, and I don't particularly care for all that. I like a clean cut, like a nice little shave here and there. But more importantly, I love the barbershop experience. Just to go there, and you never know what you're going to get when you step into a barbershop, whether it's going to be dull and boring or it's going to be full of life, laughter, topics for days. And the most common topic that you will hear in the barbershop, of course, we men. And what do we talk about? Couple of things: women, sex, basketball, football, sports, or just shooting the breeze, as they may call it. But as of late, because of my barbershop experience, I know I'm gonna catch some backlash when I say this or when I talk about this, but I don't know. I think that in my experience alone, it has not been a good one. Has not been a good experience. Yes, I'm sorry. I has not been a great barbershop experience because as a little boy, when my father first introduced me to a barbershop. Didn't know what this place was. I walk in, I see all these men, I see chairs, and I'm like, what is this? And of course, unfamiliar territory, I'm gonna cry because don't know what the hell this is. But to make matters worse, there's this device that buzz in your ear. Like, didn't know what it was. And of course, if you don't know what things are as a small child, didn't get the prep talk, you're going to cry because you don't know what it is. And when I sat there in that chair, of course, I'm crying, and the only way you could subdue me at that time was snacks or treats. And I'm talking about candy. I'm talking about candy. Ain't no popcorn, no peanuts, no generic whatever. It's candy. You give a child a candy, they crying, they suck on the candy, eat the candy, and then you good for a couple of minutes, until they realize that if you cry, you'll get more candy. And that's what I did. So I was hooked on the barbershop experience as I grew older because as you grow older, guys, me personally, when I went to school, if you didn't have a fresh cut, there was this word called crack. Cracking. You cracked on somebody. And crack is you joke. You joke like, ooh, Ernest ain't got no haircut. You got Ernest got a bush. If you had a bush, that was a bad thing. Bad thing back in the day. You gotta have fresh cut. And I used to see guys coming in class, and I'm talking about elementary school, middle school, and you see guys coming in with the fresh cuts, and I'm like, damn, like I want my hair cut like that. I would love to get my hair cut every week. But of course, moms, we were struggling, and moms couldn't cut my hair all that good, and well, get my hair cut. She wasn't cutting my hair. And, I had to sometimes rock a bush, but I got slick and said, maybe if I do it myself, maybe if I, cut a little here there or cut a little here there, nobody would notice. But old kids back in my era, back in my day, was vicious, vicious. And if you didn't have a cut board, that's your ass. You got cracked on every day. But then as I grew older, I appreciated the barbershop. I'm working now. I'm making my own money so I could go to the barbershop when I wanted to. And the barbershop experience, you go there not just for the cut, but you go there and you hear the conversations. You get to hear certain things. You get to hear life. You get to hear history. Of course, you hear sports and women and sex, but all of that atmosphere, that surrounding of men, you know. They said the barbershop is the black man's country club. We all know white men have actual country clubs that they go to, but black men, we if you don't have money like that, the barbershop is the closest best thing. You go there, you get the experience. Sometimes I know guys that they just don't get a cut. They just go to the barbershop just for the conversation. And they sit there and they engage in the conversation. And sometimes the conversation is funny, but sometimes the conversation is heated. But as of late, grown man like myself has not had any luck with the barbershop. Mm-mm. Because I'm up in age, people. I'm older now, much older. And some of the areas and where my hair is not really there no more. When I was young, I was sporting the S curls and the flat tops and the high top fades. I was getting the tipper takers and the parts on the side. I would get my name in it. You can't do that no more. Can't do those days are long gone. So right now I'm just rocking a regular old fade, regular old haircut. You cut it down and shape up. Sometimes in the back you get it tapered just for the effect. But like I said, good people, barbershop ain't what it used to be because barbers don't know how to cut. Yeah, barbers don't know how to cut. So I'm gonna show you a picture of a situation that happened to me, and this situation happened a couple weeks ago when I went to the barbershop, and it it just make you think like what are you doing? What are people doing? Uh if I can get this up and running, let me see. Okay, something happened. Okay, there it is. Has a little mind of its own. So here's a picture of me a couple weeks ago. Right. You seeing it, right? Okay. And the picture shows me with a cut, and I'm looking very disturbed. I'm looking very angry because as like I said, I'm older now and my hair is kind of leaving me. My shape up is not looking sharp no more because my hair is gone. My hair is leaving. My hair is packing it up and going. So what they did, or they have invented this thing called Beijing, and this is what Beijing looks like. Now, Beijing looks good if you apply it correctly, or if you know what you're doing, so to speak. And it will look good on some people, but me personally, I don't really like it because if you are in a situation in life where people see you and recognize you and know who you are, and I'm not just talking about podcasts, I'm talking about work. They know that, you got some grays, and they know that some of your hair is leaving you. But then the next day when you come to work, or when you do a podcast or video live stream or something like that, they will know that that area that is leaving you somehow came back. I remember when I got this haircut that my stepson looked at me and said, "Mr. Ernest, you grew your hair back?" Yeah, he kind of semi cracked on me, and he got away with it because I really didn't. Oh, sorry, wrong overlay. Um, I really didn't want to say anything back. I wanted to, but I didn't because in a way he was kind of right. So I I don't particularly like Beijing, but Beijing is the closest thing for me to get some hair back. But the reason why I don't like Beijing is because it just looks fake. It looks fake. So if it looks fake to me and I don't like it, don't do it. So I went to this particular barbershop. Haven't been there before, and that's another one of my problems. Is that I went there and I told the guy, I said, "Hey, look, I got a little situation, and you can pretty much see it right in here. You know, and right now it look dark. This is no Beijing. This is all natural. But you can see it all in here that I got a little situation going on. My hair's gone. My hair's leaving me. I I have accepted that, good people. So I looked at it when I sat down, and I sat down in the chair and I told the guy, I said, "Look, Told him what I wanted, but I said, hey, I got a little situation in the front. I don't know if you can see it. Do the best you can. But never did I say anything about using the whole can of spray of Beijing. So he's doing his thing. He's cutting it down. He's cutting it. He's shaping it up and cutting it. And then I saw the bottle. The worst thing you could possibly do is just sit there. Because I'm a person, I don't like to make a scene. Because if I make a scene, it is over. It is definitely over. So he's spraying, he's on his phone, he's still spraying. This is pretty much how it looked. And he's not even looking at me when he's doing it. And when I got out the chair, when I looked in the mirror, this is what I saw. That right there. And that's when I came outside. That's when I was leaving, and I was going to a wedding. And another reason why I don't like Beijing is because I have a habit. I have a habit, people. I have a habit of going to the bathroom after I come out the bathroom, washing my hands and touching my hair. It's a habit. Don't ask me why. So if I have the Beijing in my hair, it's going to come out. Or I have a habit of scratching my hair. Not saying that I'm dirty or anything. I just got a habit of scratching my hair. So that's why I don't like it, because if I'm scratching, I'm wiping my hands and putting my hands in my hair, it's going to come out. So for this particular cut, I came home and I washed some of it out because it just looked too fake. And I could not go to this wedding looking fake, so to speak. And the sad reality is my wife love it. My wife loves when I get my hair cut. It's almost like she want to rape the shit out of me. TMI, I know. And I felt bad when I came in that door because I knew that the Beijing wasn't me. It wasn't natural. So I waited to my hair grow right because like I said, he pushed my temple back all the way back. I'm like, damn, you know. I got really fucked up that day. Really upset that day. Before that, I went to another barbershop that was a recommendation. And I walked in. The barber wasn't even there. He hadn't even come in yet. So that was kind of like my fault. I just went there. And when I went there, I asked for him. He wasn't there. I sat down, I waited. They said he'll be here in like 15 minutes. I said, oh, okay, I could do 15 minutes. But then when he came in, it was almost like when I walked in, I needed a cut. When I sat in the chair and he's doing his thing, he asked me what I wanted. I told him, he cut it down, shape up, all that. I left looking like I never got a haircut. Wow. I walked in needing the haircut. I left still looking like I needed a haircut. I could not believe that one, and that was a recommendation. I went on Facebook and I said, anybody know anybody that cut hair, because I don't have a particular. I used to, and I that's another podcast. I and I used to have one particular barber I used to go to. Don't go to him no more. I don't know why, but trying to find a good barber right here in Baltimore is hard. Is very, very hard, because I noticed that the ones that are good are always booked up. The ones that are good are always booked up. And what they try to do is pass you along to the second best one. But 9 times out of 10, the second best one is not all that good, if you understand what I'm saying. We all know the barbershop rule, guys. What is it? that if you walk into a barbershop and the barber has no clients and he's sitting in his own chair, chances are he is not good. I'm gonna say that again. You walk into a barbershop, the barber is like fumbling, and Ricky Smiley did Ricky Smiley did something like that. He said you can tell the barber who can't cut because they sit in their own chair and they be sharpening up their blade, they be looking at their phone, they be straightening it up, cleaning up their station, can't cut a lick. And the people that don't know that, they go to that barber because they want to jump in the chair. They want to get out of there, you know? No. Take your time with me, do what you got to do with me, And that's what happened. I went to this particular barber. Zip, 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 zip. Look at it. And like I said, people, I don't create a big fuss. I am not, how can I say this? I am not a drama king. I am not a drama king. I cannot, for the sake of me, start any riot, or I don't like to create a scene unless I really, 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 really have to create a scene. I just looked at it, I paid him, I left. But I made a mental note, won't be going back there no more. Will not go back there no more. And I pass it all the time. That's the thing. I knew that they was there, just haven't gone in. I was like, it's a gazillion barbershops here in Baltimore. But can some of the barbers in those barbershops cut? The new ones always booked up. The new ones, the new barbers, or the barbers, the best barbers, the best. I mean, I sit there and I watch them and they like, damn, I wish he could cut my hair. Man, but he's booked. He's not taking no more clients. That's the rule. Then he pass you on to the next best one. 9 times out of 10, the next best one is not all that good. The Barbershop Experience. Introduced to it by my dad. My dad used to go to the barbershop faithfully every Friday, every Saturday, every Friday or every Saturday, never on Sundays. Because 9 times out of 10, the barbershop is not open on Sundays. I'm going to go to this quick break, come right back. Don't go nowhere. The Barbershop Experience. What's your thoughts?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Knucklehead Chronicle Podcast, the panel edition.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Knucklehead Chronicles, the panel edition. Let's go.
What's good, good people, and welcome to the Knucklehead Chronicles Podcast, panel edition. Let's get ready.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Knucklehead Chronicles Podcast. This is the panel edition. Me, your boy Kevin, Edigga, and Queen, man. We're going to rock the show. Listen, do me a favor. Go to Knucklehead Chronicles Podcast.podbean.com. Follow the podcast, man. We really appreciate it.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
And welcome back to the show. That's right, BS3 TV Network. Make sure you are downloading, you are sharing, you are liking everything BS3 Network, BS3 TV. Make sure you go to Facebook at BS3 TV Network. Go to YouTube at BS3 TV Network. And if you are blessed with the Roku device, make sure you download the BS3 TV app, the free app, to watch all the great contents. Shout out to my good man, my good friend, Ben. He is the CEO and president of BS3 TV Network. If you have a show, if you have a show idea, and you want to bring it to the front to let the world see it, make sure you contact Mr. Ben and let him know about your show and your show idea. Hey, welcome back. We are talking about the Barbershop Experience. Guys, this is for you. The Barbershop Experience. If you ever been blessed to go into a barbershop, not just for the cut, but for the conversation, for the atmosphere, for the for the life-changing conversation. I know it was a couple of barbershops that I've been to. And that's another thing. I never gone out of town to get a haircut. Never gone out of town to a barbershop to say, okay, I need to find a barbershop. I never did that because I don't know. I've never been in a situation where I had to get a haircut in another state. Not saying that I don't trust them, just haven't been there long enough to say, oh, I gotta get a haircut. I've always been home. I've always been here in Baltimore to get the haircut. And you can, when you walk into a barbershop, you could just feel the atmosphere to know that this is a good barbershop. That's one. If you don't get that feeling, then something is off, you know. And that will pretty much, it's a lot of things that you can factor in to let you know about a barbershop before you sit down, before you get in that chair and get that cut. The atmosphere, the people, um, you could pretty much tell. I know I can. Like when I go into a barbershop, I'm looking for, I'm just looking for that feeling, that atmosphere, that inviting feeling to say, I might come back. But overall is about the cut. If the person can cut, if the person can cut your hair just right, not using too much Beijing, guys, knowing when to stop on your hair or, trimming up, your beard or your mustache and uh d- doing the necessity, that, after years of going to a barbershop, you should know the best barbershop to go to. There's too many here in Baltimore to name the best one. I can't really. There's a couple that I will give that tag to, but it's a plethora of barbershops here in Baltimore that are considered good barbershops. But most importantly, when you go, for me, I'm looking for much more than just the cut. I'm looking for the ambiance. I'm looking for the atmosphere. I'm looking for the conversation. Um, some barbershops you go into, the music is so loud that you can't even think. You can't even think straight. That's one. But most importantly, the overall experience of the barbershop is the atmosphere. If it has an inviting atmosphere, the conversation is good, people are coming in, engaging, and ain't no riffraff, and ain't no selling drugs out the back alley and things of that nature. You could definitely tell that this is going to be a good experience and make you want to come back. But as of late, and I know it's me. I'm not saying that it's the barbershop. I know it's me because as when I was venturing off into adulthood and was able to go by myself and pay with my own money, that's when I was not committed to one. Now and that's another thing. When you find one, then the good ones always leave. for me. Like I've always found one barbershop that I go to, one barber, but that barber always leave. You know, just when you find a barber that could cut your hair right, something happens. Something always happens, never fails. And I've met a barber, and to this day, I don't even know if he's still cut. I think that, once you know how to cut, that don't leave. I it's like riding a bike. Once you learn how to ride a bike, it do not leave. And I've had a barber that I met by mistake. I went into the barber shop and totally like cut all of my hair off. But the shape up was on point. So to cut my hair all the way down, but the shape up was on point. And he apologized to the high heavens. Like, man, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I said, nope, you good. Because this shape up is on point. He went as far as not even charging me for that haircut. I paid him anyway because the shape up. Now, that's another thing. Once your shape up is good, I don't give a damn how much of a length you can have your hair, guys. If that shape up is on point without beiging, LGing, whatever ing that they put in your hair, if that is all natural, if your shape up is on point, you got a good ass barber. And that's what happened. He messed my hair up. He cut it down too close. I didn't want it that close, but he cut it down too close. But the shape up, I'm talking zip, zip. What is so hard about that? What is so I have a great shaped head. Okay, TMI, that ain't sound right. I have a great shaped. I'm gonna say it anyway. Shit, I'm talking about my head, my head with my mouth and my eyes and my nose. That head, nasty. Get your minds out the gutter. My head is my mom did a good job with the shaping of my head. Have a nice little symmetrical. Is that a word? Okay. Is it the cement? Ain't nobody over there, by the way. And I ain't crazy. I ain't talking to myself. But I have a good little symmetrical head. So, with that seeing the box, I call it the box, the regular hairline shape up effect. They get it wrong. Like sometimes my shape up be going down this way, sometimes it go up that way. Sometimes my temples be all the way back here. Oh. And like I said, it's my fault. It's my fault. It's some of this is my fault. I know that. I know that. I know some of it is my fault because, you know, I don't create a scene. You got some people get up out of the chair. I ain't paying for this shit. Hell to the fuck no, I ain't paying for this. Start kicking shit over and shit. I'm not that person. So okay. I'll just look fucked up for a week. And I'll just take it. I'm that person. I just take it. And because my hair grow back fast, believe it or not, what little bit of hair I have, it grows back fast. So I'm not worried about that. It's going to grow back. Like my chin. Like I cut this and it's already coming back. It was shorter than this. And it's coming, well, yeah, on this side. I don't know what's going on this side. And just like my mustache is damn near gone. I do not like thin mustaches. I like full mustaches because if I was to cut this shit off, I would look like I'm sick. I don't like to look sick. So me with facial hair is good. Me without facial hair, I look like I'm sick. You see what I'm saying? Like you cut all of this shit off, all of my sideburns, my little chin beard, and it's funny because all my brothers had this. This is where I got that from. My brothers have this. My brother David, who is deceased, it started with him. I'm not sure about Curtis or Timmy. I know David had it. So this is where this comes from. And for the life of me, I don't know why this is not well, another podcast. There I go. Get your mind out the gutter. Get your mind out the gutter. This is not connecting for some reason. And you know what they say, for your beard to grow, you gotta okay. No, see, that's what I get. Another podcast, but the Barbershop Experience. Like I was saying, I have a good symmetrical head. I think that the sing that it works. It works, but nobody can seem to get it right. Like I said, my shape ups be going downhill, uphill, around the corner, Robin Hood's barn, all of that. So my advice before I go, I want to my final thought. My final thought. Let me see if I can pull that up. My final thought. My final thought coming up next. Guys, my final thought is this. If you have a barbershop that you go to frequent barbershop. If you have one barbershop, stick with them. That is my final thought. That is my final advice to you. Do not switch up your barber. Because that's a rule, right? You can't frat. That's like a relationship. If you fraternize, if you have one barber and then you go off to another barber, no, can't do that. If you have one barber that you've been going to this person as long as you can remember, stay with that person because good barbers are hard to come by. Trust me. Guys, if you know anything about the barbershop experience, you know what I'm talking about. Good barbers are very hard to come by. Once you find a good barber, stick with them. Follow them. Because you go to the shop one day and they could be gone. And you don't know where the hell they at. That has happened to me. I went to a barbershop, to my barber was not there. Barber gone. And I'm calling him, and he ain't answering the phone. So if you have a barbershop that you love to go to, if you have a barber that you go to frequent, stick with them. Hey, this has been What's on Edigga's Mind right here on BS3 TV Network. Make sure you are tuned in, you are downloading, you are sharing, you are liking everything BS3 TV. And as always, thank you for coming out. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time with me because you could be anywhere in the world. But you was right here with me. And as I say every time when I close, I'll let you want to smile at you. Peace.